see.
Red alert, RBT snaps in chat coming to you today. This wonderful Wednesday, wonderful wintry Wednesday, January the 28th. And I got a good host for you today. Ooh, a good show. We're going to be talking to Grammy nominee Alicia Renee. Hey girl, how are you?
AKA Blue Eyes.
AKA
Hey.
Blue Eyes, and you know it. Hey, that's red. I'm red. She's blue. Just so y'all know. Keep it real. Keep it 100. How you doing today?
I'm good. You said it was cold out there. You see these lemon trees back here?
Yeah, I
Well,
know. I'm a little jealous. I'm a little
it
jealous.
never rains in Southern California. That's where I
Hey,
am right now. That's where the Grammys are. So I came a few days early to soak up some sunshine, take in these beautiful lemon trees,
all
my
right, all
friend's
right.
backyard. Shout out to Cali. Shout out to
New
Flint, Michigan,
Orleans.
though.
Okay.
And shout out to New Orleans, the reason why I'm even here.
All right. The title of the show is "I Come from Flint."
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Well,
all right now.
you better say it. So
That's
today,
right. South side. South
Miss
side.
Blue, Blue Eyes to be exact. I have a few questions that I'd like to ask you, and I'm hoping that our viewers are tuning in and willing to give us some feedback so that maybe they have some questions for you or so. We're coming to you today from Out of the Mud Inc. I'm here today, just here, happy to honor my sister, man. Y'all just don't know. Uh, every time I talk to her, it's always a positive affirmation. And I
Aw.
feel good today. So I hope you all can understand and feel the same way. So today, I want to say this. I love you, girl.
Love you, girl. Love you, girl.
So,
Uh,
Alicia, how
yes.
does Flint contribute to you regarding your music?
Well, first of all, shout out to everybody in Flint, Michigan. Definitely shout out to just all the great talent out of Flint, Michigan. It contributed by I studied music, piano, opera, voice lessons at the Flint Institute of Music, and I did plays at the Whiting Auditorium Theater. And I just was inspired by so many people from Flint, from the singers to the rappers. Shout out to the Dayton family, Ira, Top
Okay.
Authority, MC Breed, rest in peace, MC Breed. Of course, Ready for the World. I can go on and on and on. Flint, Michigan, has definitely, influenced me, especially in my childhood.
All right. Well, you've been singing for a very long time.
Yes.
And during that
Yes, I
singing,
have.
yes, you have.
Hmm?
I
Yeah,
said, yes,
started off in church.
in church. Oh man, you got a very soulful voice too, as well. So in the midst of you singing for a very long time and moving around, you did a lot of traveling, right?
Yes. I was
So
fortunate. Mhm.
I was like, so some of the
Yes, I did a
places
lot of
I've,
traveling.
because I know you've been there, but I want you to go ahead and elaborate on some of those places you've been.
Well, as we already know, I'm born and raised in Flint. Traveled many different places. Lived in Chicago. Shout out to my people in the Shy.
In the
Lived
shop.
in Chicago. I did like commercials for Bud Light, KFC, Sprite, like jingles. And
Okay.
before I even hit Chicago, I went to college at Alabama State University. From Alabama State. I lived in Chicago because that's where I met all my big city folks. Was at
City folk.
Alabama State University, and they were like, "Girl, you needed to be in a big city. You need to be in a big city. Big cities, they will eat you up. They'll appreciate you. They'll love you." So I moved to Chicago. I was embraced and loved. Shown a lot of love. Did a lot of commercials for KFC, Sprite.
You did work
Yeah.
with other
And
artists
then,
and stuff too.
huh?
You did work with some other artists and stuff too, haven't you?
Yes, I performed with other artists, sang with other artists in Chicago. But Chicago was mostly like commercials. I was doing more studio work. I wasn't perform
Uh-huh.
and New York is where I started really doing a lot of work with a lot of artists. You know, uh
So how
that's where I
was New
met
York?
Shaquille.
How
New
was
York
New
was
York?
great.
You said that's where you
It
met
was great.
Shaquille?
Yes. New York was
Oh,
great. That's where I met Shaquille O'Neal's manager, rest in peace, Frank, and hung out with Tribe Called Quest, was in different studios with different artists. It was just a vibe. I was singing on mixtapes with Mace, Ja Rule,
yeah.
not to date myself, but yeah. And
That's all right
yeah,
now.
so and so
Yeah,
from New York I moved I started performing. I traveled in Switzerland, Italy, Germany, Paris, Holland. In Switzerland, I did the Montreux Jazz Festival and performed at the Montreux Palace. I stayed there for years. In Switzerland, I really love Switzerland. It was really
I
peaceful.
know.
I have to be honest. That's
Look,
the first place that I lived as an American. I gotta say this, where I did not discover or where I did not see or witness any racism. I grew up reading. My mother was a first grade school teacher. She taught at Selby, Dewey, Merle. So she definitely taught me the love of reading. And I used to read about a lot of African Americans that would leave America from and be treated differently. And
still
finally, for
right
the first
now.
time, yeah,
Even
finally,
right
for the
now to
first
this
time,
day.
yes, for the first time in their life, experience freedom. From Josephine Baker to reading
Okay.
about Marvin Gaye to reading about Nina Simone, Tina Turner. A lot of them all had the same. Louis Armstrong, they had the same experience. As soon as they left America, that quote unquote weight of racism was lifted. And I can say I definitely experienced that myself. And that's what kept me over there outside of the country for about 10 years because ain't nothing in the world like really truly feeling free. Sometimes you can think you're free and still be in a cage and not even know it. But once you
Right.
actually physically step outside of that cage for the first time, then you know what it's really like to be free.
You know, when you were over in Switzerland, I really enjoyed the chocolates that you sent back. You
Yeah.
remember those special chocolates?
Yes, the delicious
They were,
chocolates in Switzerland. And that was another
yeah.
lesson. Like the food we get here, not I'm not trying to bash my where I come from, but it's just a fact. I mean, a lot of people have discovered it on social media by reading books, just or maybe even eating the wrong foods and realizing why does this not sit right with me? You know, the foods over
Mm,
there in Europe, Switzerland, Italy, a lot more pure. They don't have half a lot of the food in America is banned and illegal outside of America because they know how bad it is for us, and people don't know why they get this and high blood pressure and all these cancers and all this stuff. And
you
it's
said
coming from it's
illegal.
serious, real talk. It's killing us.
Illegal?
You know what I
But
mean?
illegal?
It's
Wow.
yeah, yeah, Google. A lot of the stuff because it's horrible. It's really bad. There's a lot of toxins and poisons, and America just gives to you, and people, oh, well, it
Wow.
tastes good,
Because they
so
want us to be
you know.
obese. Mm.
Well, no, it
So,
goes deeper than that. They want the medical industry wants to be able to make money off of you. They can only make money off of you if you stay sick.
amen. I've
But
been
that's a whole
saying
nother
that.
conversation for another
It
day.
sure is. That might be another podcast though while you playing. Um,
Okay.
so I got a couple more questions for you, but I want to address this. When you did meet Shaquille O'Neal's manager in New York, you did
Yeah.
have the opportunity to be on 3 of his record or songs, right?
Two. Actually two, yeah.
Well,
Shout out to
I had
Shaq.
3 that they had. I noticed because I did my research, even though you're my sister, I still did my research. You were on Just Be
Okay.
Good to Me,
Yes.
You Can't Stop the Rain, and I remember both of them. That was my faves. And one called More to Life.
Actually, I was on Can I Play with Shaquille O'Neal. It was the You Can't Stop the Rain album. And there was
Yes.
actually another female singer that sang on that. I don't want her to be like, "This that girl Blue." No, she didn't sing that because I didn't. I sang two songs on
Okay.
the album.
Well, they had it
It
listed.
was
Okay.
yeah, shout out to the internet. But yeah, I sang on
Can't always believe that stuff, huh? But
right. You can't believe everything you
one
see.
other
But
good
the song
recognition about you that I noticed. One other good recognition. I think we got a little lag, but one other good recognition is that um I want to know tell our viewers how you ended up in John Batiste's video. That man has what
okay.
a lot of Grammys. He's I had to look him up because I was like, oh wow. But you were on one of his
Oh.
videos.
Yeah, shout out
Okay.
to John Baptiste. Well, that leads to how did I wind up in New Orleans? New Orleans is now
Oh,
my home. It's been my home since 2017. There was a gentleman that was asking me while I was in Switzerland to come back to America and take over his club gig as a band leader in New Orleans. And I was like, he had to ask me for a year. I was like, I don't know. I mean, if Switzerland's good enough for Tina Turner and Nina Simone and Lee Scratch Perry, and I can go on and on and on. It's good enough for me. So after a year, I did take him up, and I came to New Orleans, and I started singing in the clubs in on Bourbon Street, and very quickly realized I didn't like it because shout out to Bourbon Street. Everybody that knows about New Orleans about Bourbon Street, but Bourbon Street to me is more like Times Square. It's where you go, and I'm just very real and genuine about what I say. It's just you go to scream, drunk, get drunk, and party. So I was like, okay, I found myself out
yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
out sing drunk, loud people. And I during breaks I would go hide in the bathroom, and security came and got me one day. This leads up to how I wound up in John Baptiste video. The security came and got me one day and said, I know what you're doing, Blue. You're hiding. You're trying to rest your voice between gigs because you're trying to sing with all your might over loud drunk people. He said, let me tell you something. This is Bourbon Street. These people aren't here to actually enjoy vocals. They're here to get drunk and party. You need to get off of Bourbon. And there's so many other places. There's five-star hotels, and the
Mhm.
musicians would ask me, why don't you come sing with us outside? And at the time, being an American, I was thinking like most Americans think, oh, I'm not going to sing in the street. I don't have to do that. Are you crazy? And fast forward, I don't want to put too much out there, but let's just say things became a little bit more successful for me singing outside on streets in the French Quarter, such as Royal Street, Jackson Square, Decatur.
Okay.
I met so many more people. I got put in so many more documentaries and was invited, asked to do more private parties and weddings because they could actually hear me. Imagine trying to sing like Billie Holiday, them that's got shall have, them that's not shall lose. And here comes, yeah, rock on. So the Bible
I
says,
got
and you
you.
just like, So I just got, yeah. So basically that's how I wound up in the
We
video. I didn't even know I was in the video. Someone inboxed me and was like, oh, congratulations. And I was like, what do you why are they sending me this John Baptiste video congratulating me? Excuse me. And then that's when I realized in the middle of the video, they have me singing outside they stop
right.
his song and just zoom in on me singing outside in the French
Mhm.
Quarter. That's how I wound up singing with Eric Clapton. That's how I wound up singing for the NBA last year. That's how I wound up doing a lot of private events, doing a lot of things from singing
I
outside. You have to realize when you're in a club, the club has a capacity. When you're outside in the French Quarter, you've got thousands of people daily walking
so
by you. So you get more
so
attention than you would realize.
someone named Vikalea Pope.
Yeah, hey girl.
She said real talk, even in Canada, and she said I love her. She's so dope.
Oh,
Aw. And
thank
April
you.
Williams
I love
said,
you
"Hey family."
too.
And April
I love
Williams said, "Hey
you.
family."
Hey,
Wow.
hey.
So you've experienced a lot. Now, one thing that didn't know of, but you let me know about this. But let's talk about this. Last year you sang for the NBA. How did that come about?
Yeah, again, I got reached out to on Instagram in my inbox. That's how a lot of people hire me for weddings, private events, to fly me to New York for their little, events and private events. But somebody reached out to me from the NBA and said, "Hey, we saw a video of you singing outside in the French Quarter in New Orleans. We love your voice. We love your energy. We
Wow.
love how free your spirit is. We have to have you performing at the NBA." And so I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you." And that's how it came about. And they are beautiful people. Yeah, wonderful
Okay,
time.
well that's what's up. And I did see a video that I didn't even I started following him. The guy named I'm
I
Show
show
Speed.
speed.
I Show Speed. I knew I was going. I'm sorry, I messed it up a little bit, but yes,
No, that's
and I was
okay.
like hooked. But I saw when you met him, I was like, oh my goodness! And you sang. He's like, she can sing. That was dope.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah, I Show Speed, for those who don't know who we're talking about, is a 21-year-old. He's probably from what I was told, the world's second largest streamer. He has over 100 million subscribers through YouTube, TikTok,
Wow.
uh Instagram, Facebook, whatever you can think of. I Shall Speed. He's a 21-year-old kid from Detroit. His mother's from Detroit,
Oh,
Michigan. His
really?
father's from
I
yeah, his
didn't know that.
father's from Ohio. And to make a long story short, how he discovered me is I really have always been a person that always felt I don't need to chase anything. I see that in society. I mean, you should chase your dreams. Don't get me wrong on
Right.
that. I believe people should chase their dreams and believe in their dreams, but I've never been that girl that, oh, there's a celebrity, let me go chase after them and throw the cell phone in their face and I mean, I don't knock anybody's hustle. So you do what you got to do,
Right.
how you got to do it. But
I
this is how
understand.
I move. So what happened was when I saw him, I was singing outside, Billie Holiday, and I heard a ruckus, and I looked, and it was a bunch of people, hundreds of people around somebody. So I thought it was just a rapper. And I was like, oh, is there a fight going on or something? And a guy walked past me and was like, no, dude, it's like, I Show Speed. It's like one of the biggest streamers in the world. And I was like, okay. And then I went back to singing all of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? I started singing Billy. I don't stress or sweat anybody. And so you can see in the video, he's like a block down and he hears me. I guess he's coming back from wherever he went. And he hears me and he's just like, where's that voice? We got to find that voice. And that's how he walks up on me like, oh my God. And
Hmm.
I'm like, hi, Blue. These are my natural blue eyes. Nothing wrong with color contacts, but God made me this way, And he was like,
Right.
but your voice, sing, please sing. And so I wound up singing Sam Cooke, A Change Is Gonna Come, as well
Yes.
as Nina
One of my
Simone.
favorites.
I Put a Spell on You. And that went viral. There were like 43 million views, 43 million
I
people
saw that.
watching. Yeah, that was really cool, and a lot of
That's
his fans
awesome.
have chopped the videos up, and like, hey, I Show Speed meets singer in New Orleans, and they all were saying my name, Alicia Renee K Blue
Wow.
Eyes, and now to this day, if I'm singing outside in the French Quarter, you'll see children with their parents come and just stop and watch me sing, and when they're finished, a lot of times the parents will come and say, my daughter said, Dad, we cannot leave New Orleans until we find Blue Eyes. So
It,
it's been a beautiful,
people call
beautiful
me and say, "Is your
experience.
sister still there?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's still down there. Look her up." Yeah, that's what's up.
Um,
So you also you sang with Eric Clapton. Now
yes.
he was or is one of the people who influenced rock music. Now, how did you meet this guy?
Um, I met him the same way. John Baptiste wound up putting me in the video. Thank you.
Okay,
And um he heard me singing outside. I was singing outside and he came around the corner and I was looking at Eric Clapton and I was just thinking in my head, I've got to hear this man speak. If this man speaks and has a British accent, that's Eric Clapton. And he was just like, you're absolutely amazing. And I was like, oh my gosh, in my head. And I just looked at him and he was like, I'm serious. And I was just like, and he was like, I
wow,
love your voice. We had to find you. We had to find you. And I was just like, oh, hi. And so then he asked me to sing Autumn Leaves. So I started singing Autumn Leaves. He teared up. By that time, there's a little crowd. Little did I know there was also press there on the
oh
outside in the food
wow,
quarter on the street. So they're documenting it. Like, look at Eric Clapton finding blue eyes. And he was like, are you signed? And I was like, no, I'm proud to be an independent artist. He was like, I understand. And it was such a special moment for me because he said exactly what I've been trying to tell people for a long time. He
right.
said, everybody would know your name, but you'd be completely broke. And I was like, absolutely. How many times have we seen artists that are famous and then they're like, suing their label right now because they don't have their money, or they're
Right.
broke, or they're living on their cousin's couch, or you're shocked just because. And I've always told people, just because you see them on TV does not mean people are automatically millionaires. I always try to tell
Yep.
people, like,
You've
it's
been saying that.
okay to be an independent artist, because do you think these record labels are signing you and making you famous just because they have these really beautiful spirits and hearts and they just want to see you win? No, they want to see their bank accounts win. So it's not to make you generationally wealthy, it's to make them generationally wealthy. So I always say, I don't know how many times people need to get the examples from TLC, Left Eye, saying, let me break down how you can sell 10
All of them,
million
really.
albums and still be broke. Tony
New
Braxton
Edition.
crying on Oprah Winfrey show, telling Oprah they took everything, Oprah, including my Grammys. Everybody know Mary J. Blige with that scar on her face. She tells people after her first album, What's the 411 album, and My Life, both went platinum, she was still in the projects. And the girls, which fame brings, of course, contempt among
Right.
some, they fought her. Oh yeah, everybody knows your name, but look, you're still
So
in the hood, just like you're in the hood with us in the projects. And gave her what they call in New York $1.50 and slashed her face. So I was always paying attention and was like, yeah, signing to a major is not the way for me. Some
no.
people, a lot of people will say, I just want to be famous, I don't care by any means necessary at all costs. But then at the end of the day, you're like, so you need me to buy you this burger, yeah. So
So we got another person on our chat line, Tommy Boy.
okay.
He says, "Hello,
Who?
Queens." Tommy Boy. He
Hi,
says, "Hello,
Tommy
Queens, and please allow me to say God bless you and congratulations, young Blue Eyes. Frank Sinatra is old Blue Eyes. Laugh out loud." And then he said,
Thank you.
"Talented and very intelligent. Great combo." Thank you, Tommy
Thank
Boy, as
you.
always. So also one thing and the producer was asking me, is there anything else that I can list in your sister's recognition of what she got? And I was like, I can't think of nothing. I forgot you did a documentary.
Oh yeah,
Say it
that's
for me.
right.
Say it for me. A
I have
documentary.
documentary, Dirty
Yes,
Dogs. I know you
Dirty
heard the
Dogs, and I finally got a chance to see it, and she did the whole documentary. I'm having a hard time with that word, but
No,
yes. So
documentary Dirty Dogs. Are you able to pull that
yes,
up? Are you able to pull
I,
up Dirty Dogs right
I
now?
don't know.
I'm just
He's
gonna take
checking
a
to
sip
see.
of Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
gonna take a sip of
Uh,
water real quick.
okay, go ahead.
Um,
I got my tea.
what kind of tea are you drinking?
Um,
Tea is good.
Bigelow. Yeah, Bigelow lemon tea. You know I love my lemons.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I just wanted to take a sip of water.
And
Thank you.
also, Blue, how many languages do you speak?
I speak 5 languages. Je parle
And
français. Io parlo italiano un poco. Se habla español un poquito. Ich spreche Deutsch. And I speak English.
okay. And
And I learned to
how many of
speak
those
most of the. Okay.
can you sing in those languages?
Yes, I love to sing in 3. I can sing in 3 languages. I like to sing in French. I like to sing in Italian. And I sing in English.
Now,
I'm like,
I
and I
think
sing
I've
in
heard
English.
French before, but I don't think I heard Italian. I don't know how that would sound.
Oh mio bambino caro, mi piacerebbe
Wow.
bello. That's
Okay.
opera in Italian.
Okay. All right. All right. Give me something in
Yes.
French.
C'est si bon, or de partir n'importe où. Bras you. Or j'ai du l'amour. Mon pays est pays. Par toujours.
Wow.
Mon cœur est ravi. Manhattan est belle. Mais c'est quoi le nier? Okay, that's it. It
All
says
right.
that song
You know,
says "Je deux amours." I have two loves, America and Paris, France.
okay. Well, you never cease to amaze me, so I'm very happy and I'm very proud. We
Oh,
got
I'm proud
more
of
people.
you.
We have Stephanie Winfrey says, "I love your style, and I'm really jealous of the weather you're in." Me too.
Thank you. Shout
I
out to
can
the
only
lemon
eat my lemons.
trees.
And I want to say, she hails from Flint, y'all. Flint has a lot of talent. Flint Town most
Yes.
definitely stand up. We're coming to you today from Out of the Mud Inc., giving a shout out to James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, and George F. Grundy II, along with Larry Lott. And also, if you out there and you watching, get on that chat line or give us a call, 248-820-5053 here at Out of the Mud. And we're going to give a shout out while we doing this little infomercial to MUA Jock for all your beauty needs. Shop with her at www.shopmakeupismylife.com. Now,
Yeah.
Mr. Blue Eyes. Oh, we got one
Hey.
more comment before. So Tommy Boy said, "Oh my God, you just made me fall in love with Miss Terralisa."
Oh, shout
And
out to
Stephen
Tara.
Herman said, "Okay, now very talented. Best wishes and continued success." Thank you, Stephen Harmon. Make sure y'all watch the Grammys on February 1st. Because that's where it's going to stream, I believe you said, on YouTube in
Yes,
different
because the Grammys
platforms.
have many, many, many nominations in many categories. So they can't put all of them in 2 hours. Plus with the commercials, so you can go on YouTube if you want to see the entire Grammy, awards. Yeah.
Okay. Mm. All right. Well,
I'm
that's
trying to
awesome.
read the
Let's
comments.
see it. Trying to see if I had. Nope, I don't see any more comments yet. Oh, James Mayfield says, "Send us some of them lemons."
Okay, here.
Look, she used to send me chocolates and CDs, cups, mugs, all kinds of stuff. What you still got that website people can buy your merch from?
I sure do. If you want
What?
to buy my shirts or if you'd like to buy
Don't
my
try to make us
Alicia
pay.
Renee, aka Blue Eyes shirts, you can just go. All you have to do, I tell everybody, just go Google Alicia Renee, uh, aka Blue Eyes. That's Alicia Renee. Um, I think my other stuff. I'm trying to pull my merch out. But Alicia Renee, yeah, if you want to get like my shirts, you can't really see it right now. My shirts, and I have my albums. Um, I have a lot of albums on my Bandcamp page, but it's on my website. All you have to do is Google Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes, on Google, and everything will pop up. My Instagram, my TikTok, my YouTube channel, which has over 24,000 subscribers and growing, or 23,000 subscribers and growing. So please feel free to follow me on YouTube, where you
That's
can see
right.
full 1 hour performances. And I like to do a lot of conversation as well, because I love to share, just share in general things about
Okay.
life as an independent artist. Here's the merch that I'm digging for. I have lots of albums on my website, but this is one of my favorite. Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes, live at the New Orleans Jazz Museum. Um, and it's my dedication to it's my 7-piece band, and my dedication, you wanna look at it? It's my 7-piece band, and my dedication to Louis Armstrong, Nina Simone, Billie Holiday, Ray Charles, Roy Hargrove, and Etta James.
All
And
right
it's with
now.
my 7-piece band. I'm very proud of that album, recorded at the New Orleans Jazz Museum. You can go on YouTube and watch the full 1 hour performance, or you can go to my Bandcamp. Everything is under Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes. If you want to find my TikTok, Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes. My YouTube
Right.
channel, Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes. Just put that in Google, and literally everything will pop up.
All
And
right.
thank you for your support, y'all.
That's
Yeah,
right. Thank
shout
you
out.
very much, and thank you for tuning in to the Red Alert Show. Tell us about this wonderful Grammy that you've been nominated for. How you feel about that?
Well, first of all, I'm very excited, and shout out to Corey Henry and the Treme Funktet. This Grammy came out about from the band that I've sang on their last 2 albums. This one that has been nominated in the category for Best Regional Roots Album is Corey Henry and the Treme Funktet live at Vaughn's Lounge. And like I said, I sing on that all over that album. I've sang on the last album. Corey Henry is just amazing. He's more known for like funk and soul, and he's a brilliant trombone player. So he's a
Yeah.
trombonist, and it's a whole full band. And then, like I said, when they need some female vocals up in there, that's who you hear. So a lot of people might not know this because not many people ask, but a few have asked. And I understand, you know, if you're not in the industry or do
You
music,
don't
you
know.
probably wouldn't know. Yeah,
Right.
that's my website. That's my YouTube channel right there. Thanks for pulling that up. But whoever plays, if somebody is nominated or an album is nominated for a Grammy, everyone that worked on that album is nominated for a Grammy, including the engineers, the drums, the bass, because the album wouldn't be the album if it weren't for everybody that contributed to making the album have its full sound and do, as they say, do what it do. So that's
Make
how
it do what it do.
came. Yeah, so that's how I wound up becoming a
Okay.
Grammy nominated artist, because I'm the female vocalist on Corey Henry and the Treme Funktet album live at Vaughn's Lounge. And
And
I'm
remember that
very
one?
proud to work with him. He's very humble and extremely
Uh-huh.
talented. This is the band that when Lil Wayne comes to town and they need live musicians, they go to Corey Henry, you know,
Hmm.
and so many more other people have a lot of respect for him, including myself, for his music
So
and his humble spirit. He's very humble.
yes, he is. Tommy Boy said, "Can I pay for a T-shirt or a shirt autographed by you through Miss Terralisa?" And Stephanie
No, you could
posted,
pay
"Google
through it
Alicia
through
Renee."
me. I'm in New Orleans. You got to go through. I mean, I'm in
I know.
Cali right now, but I have a site where you go to get the t-shirts. Tara has t-shirts of her own
That's
that
right. I
from
think
me
he
to
want
her.
you to. I think he want to get one and have you sign it and send it to me. I think that's what he's
And then
talking
you
about.
said that's a lot of go through this, go through that, go through that.
Right.
Why you don't just order it through me? Just order it
There
through
you go.
the real McCoy and
There
say
you go.
Blue. That's all you gotta do. Say, hey Blue,
So
I'm ordering a CD for a t-shirt from you. Would you sign it? You wanted a CD or a t-shirt? Did he
probably
say
both.
t-shirt or CD?
He said shirt, but I'm sure a
Okay,
T-shirt.
yeah. I keep pins on me because people, hey, will you sign this? Will you sign that? And yeah, all you gotta do is order it, and I'll be more than happy to get it to you. But yeah, that's my I think that's my website she's holding up right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my
So
website.
okay.
So
So a
you can
few
go to
things.
Bandcamp, Spot, Shopify. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you can still get your shots and stuff, but I'll before we wrap it up, I wanted to make sure we acknowledge that it's a lot of other things that I want to share about the wonderful joys of your travel and your journey doing your music. One, when she flew me to Chicago, I had the best time. I met a lot of people who played in bands that help other artists make music. So I was able to be around her to see that. When she flew me to New Orleans, oh, I met Corey Henry in that band, and we went to some of the nicest places where I was a little nervous because they party way different in New Orleans than here in Michigan. And
Yeah.
and just being on Bourbon Street and going to the places that I never ate alligator and places like that where she took me to and introduced me to these people. And one of the most famous places I went was, I don't know the name of the club, but I know we went to Kermit Ruffins and we went to
Yeah,
another place
mother-in-law
where we
lounge.
sat, the mother-in-law lounge. And then we
Yeah.
also sat on the stairs where Louis Armstrong and other artists used to take the back way up to their little quarters where before they perform. And we got a picture sitting on them stairs. I wish I had it with me. I would have displayed it, but
Oh,
I'm very
I
proud of
love that's
you.
one of my favorite. I'm very proud of you,
Mine
Tara.
too.
All the books you've written, the podcast, holding yourself down as a woman out here in this world, making sure your
Thank you.
babies are straight. You know what I
You know
mean?
it. Yes.
Getting your, just handling your business. So I'm very proud of you. I brag about you more than like I
Yeah.
said, all the books you've written, now this
It ain't gonna
amazing
stop either.
podcast that I'm very, very honored to be on.
I
You're
appreciate
allowing me to
that.
connect. Not only we connect regardless, but you're allowing me to connect
Right.
with my hometown in a very unique way. So
That's right. Flint Town
y'all make
stand
sure
up.
y'all share this video, put the word out. Terralisa is doing her thing. And
Right now,
yeah, I'm
you
very,
just said
very proud of
yourself,
you.
yeah, shout out to you too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all, my sister has, and this ain't no joke, because I got to pick the actual pictures, and she has them. Well, she has them, and I got a copy. When she's been overseas, she had the pleasure of meeting Chris Tucker. Got pictures of him singing and acting a fool with him because he was silly. You could tell in the whole
Yeah.
photograph. She
Shout
has
out to
been
Chris Tucker.
with Quincy Jones, pictures of her with him in his older years, of course. Before
Rest
he
in peace to
rest
Quincy
in peace.
Jones. He
Yeah.
would come to all my shows and sit and watch
Grace,
me perform
yes,
and give
in
me some of
Switzerland
the
too.
best advice that anybody could give. So
Grace
rest in peace to
Jones.
Quincy Jones.
Yeah,
I love
Grace
her.
Jones. Yeah, when you met Grace Jones, that was shocking to me. But I was like, oh my God, that's Grace Jones. I mean, I
Yeah.
can go on and on with a few other artists, just people she has met over her travels. That's one reason to say, if you're from Flint, you ain't got a reason to give up. Don't give up. Keep going.
No.
But she said,
Yes.
you might can't don't chase after other artists, chase after your dreams. Do what you
Yeah,
need
and
to do
don't
for
listen and
yourself.
ignore the naysayers. I definitely want to make sure I say that because, I think a lot of people might experience this when come from a small town. Sometimes, unfortunately, you run across small-minded people that might, for whatever reason, might not believe in their own selves or their own dreams, so they're going to be quick to tell you not to believe in yours. But definitely always believe in yourself. And I like to think the more that people want to hate on you or make up things or try and discourage you from being, the more that is should be a sign and example to yourself. Oh, I do have something. I have
Okay.
something worth saying. I have a light that is worth being allowed to shine. And because if you're just sitting in the corner, not doing anything, not bothering anybody, no one's going to bother you. But if you're
Right.
shining and you're like, you know what, I'm about to put this book out. You know what, I'm about to be independent and get on, get on this plane and go across the world and be somebody and see how other side live, and maybe I'll
Right.
learn something about myself. Maybe I'll, that just believe in yourself. And there's a lot of lessons I've learned through life, and I could go on, but just be careful, because a lot of people do, especially people in my hometown, and just in the world, have a lot of light, and there will, just as bright as your light is, it'll attract energies that are like, no, 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 put that out, put that out, put that out, in whatever way
You're
they
right.
feel the
You're
need
absolutely right.
to discourage you. So, when you got people trying to discourage you, like, oh, you can't be a painter, you can't be a clothing designer, you can't be a singer, you can't be an author, that's
Mhm.
even more reason to say, oh, okay, I think I have something. Because why are they going out of their way to make
Right.
sure I don't feel good
Right.
about myself? So always believe in yourself, and don't and ignore the naysayers and keep God close.
Amen. And you recently just kind of brought me out of a funk like that when I entered a contest. I know I probably shouldn't have, but I tested myself. And you said right off the rip, you was like, "Hey, they booed Lauren Hill on the Apollo. They did this. They did this to this person." And my son was
Yeah.
like, the Colonel Sanders didn't become well known until he was in his 50s and stuff." He was like, so it's a lot of things that I look
But
at in
he
life.
stole his
Oop,
chicken from a
Faith.
black woman.
You said Faith?
No, I
Faith
said
Ed?
I heard he stole. Let me Colonel Sanders, but that's another conversation. I'm like, that's not his original recipe. But
No,
anyway,
it's
continue.
girl, I know. That's why I was here for Halloween. I was,
That's another show. That's another show for another day. Who
yeah,
really
yeah.
owns the recipes to these things? Shout out to
So we got
Famous
a
Amos
couple.
Cookies.
Oh, and McDonald's, I heard. Well, I got a few people that said something before we end our show. Um,
Okay.
April Williams said, "I want a shirt." Well, April, you heard her. Go on that site
All
and you'll
y'all gotta
find them.
do, and thank you. I love you, April. Shout out to
Right.
April. All
Tommy
y'all
Boy
have to
said,
do, if anybody. Mm-hmm.
no, Tommy
Tommy
Boy
Boy
said,
said
"Well
what? I'm
spoken
sorry.
queen." And Dre Hood said, "RBT, congrats." And he said, "You congrats on your Grammy nomination." And Stephanie
Thank
said,
you.
"Absolutely, such a good advice. That's well needed for our city." Yes, it is.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
it
you. Because
is.
there's so many beautiful shining lights in Flint, and I come from there, so I'm from Flint. I'm very proud of Flint, Michigan. But I know what it's like to, oh, she can't, oh, she ain't going, oh, she, oh, and I just, oh, okay, let me go on and get that microphone and do what I do, because y'all ain't
That's
gonna
right.
shut me
And
down.
you do
But that's
what you
because I
do.
did have enough people around me, to let me know, girl, you got something. Go ahead, believe in yourself and keep it moving,
Okay.
So
All right, sis, I got a request. So, one other thing, we put her website on this chat line. So if you're interested in checking out her merch and finding her and following her, do that. It's on there. And also like, share, and subscribe with her. And
yeah,
also like, share, and subscribe to Out of the Mud. And I think that was it for that. One last
yes,
thing from me is that she also performed for the Columbine shootings. It was a tragic time, and I was kind of scared for my sister when she went to do it because everything was so hectic and chaotic. But she held over. She did a good job, and they loved her. And
thank you.
the way she sang touched it. It made the families feel. Um, it took care of their somberness a little. It gave them comfort. And she sang and gave them comfort. So with that being said, before we end Red Alert today, sis, I got one request from the producer. He want to know if you can
Okay.
sing some of Summertime.
Absolutely. And again, like Tara, but right before I sing, start, share this video, y'all. Share this video. Support that queen. Support this queen. Make sure you share this video. Get the word out that there is a queen doing her thing in
On
Flint,
February
Michigan.
1st.
Shout out to Out of the Mud. And
Yes.
for Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes. Just Google or find me on Instagram, TikTok. I have a YouTube channel. You want my shirts? Google Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes. My website is one of the first three things that you'll see. And you go to the website and you go look down. All you're gonna see is Facebook icons and YouTube icons and this icons and something with a shopping cart. That's where people get my t-shirts. Bandcamp. That's where you can purchase my
And,
albums. You can
and
even purchase
also,
a
Out of the Mud
single.
will be sharing it as well on all of those
Thank
platforms.
you. So now for a little summertime. Summertime, and the living is easy. The fish are jumping. Yes, and the cotton is high, so high. Your daddy's rich and your mommy's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Well, one of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, singing, and in that morning, you will take to the sky, sky. But until that morning, there ain't nothing gonna harm you. With mommy and daddy standing by. Mwah! Summertime. Shout out to the applause.
That's right. That's right.
And
All
thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you. I'll call you later after I know you got to get your stuff together and wind down. Remember February 1st, y'all. Be paying attention. I am. I'll be there in spirit and love, and I'll be watching. Thank you all for tuning in to Red Alert RBT Snaps and Chats. Today, coming to you from Out of the Mud Inc. And the title was My Sister is from Flint. We all come from Flint. We getting it out of the mud. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great evening, people.
Have a great evening, y'all. Love you, Flint, Michigan.
Bye.
Love you, April.
All right,